Holy crap, they did it. The Edmonton Oilers have advanced to the Western Conference Final for the third time in the past 4 years. And they did it with masterclass coaching, unbelievable team defense, and get this, depth scoring. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? This Oilers team is on a mission. They mean business. I mean, look at this guy. 3 years ago, this was Connor after advancing to the Western Conference Final.
In the next round. How about that emotion? You think it matters to Connor McDavid? My goodness.
And this was him yesterday.
I mean, how many times are we going to answer this question, really? Like, honestly, that's frustrating that we keep talking about this. We can defend.
McDavid is channeling his Mamba mentality because...
Still to be happy about.
You're up 2-0.
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
In today's video, I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on the Oilers Golden Knights series and share my thoughts on why I think this Oilers team is better than last year's. A team that was 2 goals away from winning the ultimate prize, Lord Stanley. What is up, Oil Country? Your team just advanced to the Western Conference Final. It was a mighty fine game. Yes, it was. The Edmonton Oilers did advance to the Western Conference Final. Yes, it was splendid. It was. How are you feeling, man? I just got to say a quick thank you to everyone in the last video I did because you guys absolutely crushed it. It actually was the best video I've done in quite some time. And get this, no word of a lie. In that video alone, I got more new subs than I have in the past 3 months. I'm not even joking. Like, that was like, it was huge. You guys were just so awesome. So let's see if we can keep that going. That is honestly, it means the world. And all the likes, all the comments, you guys were just saying so many nice things, so I really appreciate it. And I said let's see if we can get this video to freaking 300 likes. You guys smashed it. I got 500. It was like 500 and counting. That's like a channel record. So let's keep going. I really do appreciate it, guys. I can't tell you how much that means to me. Like, I've worked so hard and putting all all this time and effort in these videos. So to see you guys leave a like, it's something so simple, but it goes a long way. So guys, I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, and a lot of people were saying this, can I get a win ya? Yeah, that's an actual thing. We started at our station. You can buy a win ya shirt. It started as a little bit and now it's actually a thing. If you're in Edmonton, you can get, can I get a win ya shirt? And yeah, you'll see some win ya comments in the comment section down below. Win ya! If you like what you're watching, Oilers fans, leave a like. Your team is heading to the Western Conference Finals. Let's see if we can get this bad boy to 300 likes. Okay, so this is the question, and I want to see some comments. Like I said, at the end of every video I do for, now I don't have my clock up, but soon it will be. Over the weekend, my next video it will be, I promise. Sponsored segment at the end of every video now. I highlight the most liked comment in my previous video, so I will be highlighting the most liked comment in my previous video for today's show at the end of this video, so stick around to that. If you want to, potentially me shout you out in a video, just drop something funny, drop something smart, drop something, whatever you want to drop. If it gets a lot of likes, I will be shouting it out. So, but I want to hear from you guys. This is the question of the video. Is this Oilers team better than last year's? Are these Oilers better than last year? Okay, so I'm going to share my thoughts on that now. Why are they better? Because I do think they are better. I certainly believe this, and there's been times, okay? So I've said this a few times. When the Oilers were cooking this year, when they were really cooking, they just looked different. And I did pre and post all year last year for covering the Oilers. And, it's crazy. Like, they had that 16-game win streak, but I'm sorry, they shouldn't have won a few of those games. And if I'm being honest, it's probably one of the luckiest win streaks ever. Like, there is some stretches, just some games, I'm like, they didn't deserve to win that. They didn't deserve to win that. And then even the games last year where the Oilers, they brought it. I just remember being like, okay, that was pretty good, but it wasn't the same feeling that I got from this year's team. When this year's team put together a full 60, I was like, holy crap, like, I haven't seen the Oilers play like this ever. I can confidently say that. I've never seen an Oilers team play like the team like they did this year. But the only issue with that is it was like one game and then they'd go play 10, 12 games where it was pretty mid, and then they'd have that one game again. And I'm like, holy crap, like, look at this. Look at how good they're playing. And then it was the same thing. So that's why I was like, I remember those games. And it was a one against Minnesota Wild. There was one against the New York Rangers. Earlier in the season, they played the Pittsburgh Penguins. And they just dominated. I'm like, holy crap. Like, this team is legit. But that was their issue. It just wasn't consistent. So I was kind of on the fence with it. But like I said in the last video, guys, Craig Button, he believes certainly that this team is better. And I'm pretty sure the most liked comment, which I'll get into at the end of this video, but in my previous video, he said that the Oilers already have more goals from their second and third and fourth lines than they did all last postseason. It's crazy. So, and that's one of the reasons I want to talk about as well. They are getting secondary, thirdandary, and fourthandary scoring, which is something that they haven't done, like, ever. It's honest to God truth. It has always been Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl having to, step up their game and just, make something out of nothing and put up monster numbers. You are not seeing that this year. This is completely different. This is completely different than previous years. You talk about Vasily Podkolzin in this series. He scored a good one, or I guess it wasn't really a good one, but he scored in game number 2 there. Who else? You talk about Adam Henrique getting 2 goals. You talk about Evander Kane getting a goal. There's Kasperi Kapanen. He's the one that freaking clinches the series for the Oilers. Kasperi Kapanen, who wasn't even in to start the series, So that is one thing, and I think that is probably the biggest thing as to why the Oilers have gotten the wins and have looked as good as they have, is it's the secondary, thirdandary, and fourthandary scoring that they've got, because it wasn't there in previous years. It wasn't. There is a reason why Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl had to get the points that they did. And I always go back to what Leon, probably I will remember for the rest of my life, some of the best individual hockey. I know when I was really young, people refer to Geno Malkin's run in 08 or 09 or 09 or 010. I guess it wouldn't be 010, 09-10. I just remember when Malkin was really young coming into the league, he had a monster postseason, and people still refer to it as some of the best individual hockey they've ever seen for a player. Well, for me, that was Leon Draisaitl in the Flames series 3 years ago, where he got 17 points in 5 games. 17 points. He got freaking 15 assists. 15 assists in 5 games. That's unheard of. So, but yeah, what I'm getting at is they didn't have to do that this year. So that's one thing I wanted to talk about. The second thing I'm going to go to is better team defense and goaltending. And I will say, and that's kind of why Connor McDavid got really pissed in yesterday's post-game interview from, who was it? Daniel Nugent-Bowman asked the question. And he was like, no, this is stupid. There's this narrative going around that we can't play defense. And it was true. That was the narrative going around last year as well. But the Oilers, they showed up in the playoffs against the Kings. They won in 5 games. And game 1, they let in a few goals. Game 2, I'm pretty sure they let in just 1 goal. And game 3, they shut out the Kings. They were playing really, really good team defense. They were. And it was kind of, like I said, with the offense this year, it was kind of spotty, but it is certainly back. And when they commit to defense, and I think that's one thing that the superstars are really leaning on, is their defensive game. That's kind of why Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl haven't got the numbers. I know there's a lot of speculation. They're injured. I can confirm they are not injured. They are not injured. Yes, that is a myth. Myth busted. That is not true. So yeah, there's just the commitment to team defense, which has looked good. The special teams, penalty kill has looked a lot better. Power play's been pretty meh. But just the commitment to team defense, which has ultimately led to better goaltending. I think those go hand in hand, so I'm going to put those together. Yeah, I mean, you see what this team does when they do decide to play defense. They look really good, and it's hard to score goals. The last goal that the frickin' Vegas Golden Knights scored in this series was Leon Draisaitl. It was Leon Draisaitl. Think about that. Leon Draisaitl was the last person to score for the Vegas Golden Knights, which is kind of funny in saying that. It is, but yeah, it's crazy. When this team wants to play team defense, they can. And what does that do for Stuart Skinner? I mean, it works wonders for Stuart Skinner, because I know people are saying, Trevor, you're too hard, and on the show where I work as well, people are like, oh, you're way too hard on Stuart Skinner, but I don't think I am. I don't think he's going to be a goalie that wins you a game, and I don't think, and then this might be a hot take and people are going to rip me apart about it, but I don't think he necessarily won the Oilers these last 2 games. I think the commitment to team defense certainly helped his case, and he kind of just had to play, pretty good. He didn't have to be lights out good. He didn't. And there's stats that back it up. The grade A scoring chances for the Vegas Golden Knights in the previous 2 games, they weren't staggering numbers. They weren't. Like the team was really playing good in front of him, and he just had to play good. So that's exactly what they did. And lastly, the biggest thing why I think the Oilers, I shouldn't say this is the biggest thing, but you know what? This guy is just, he deserves more credit, and he's starting to get some respect in the National Hockey League. Chris freaking Knoblauch. This guy knows exactly what to do. And it's fun to watch. Like, if you're a hockey coach, drop a comment down below. I'm curious. Like, are you admiring what he's doing? Whether, you know, the adjustments that he's made, the knob adjustments, we call them. It's kind of funny there. But yeah, I mean, Kasperi Kapanen, Victor Arvidsson's not doing really good. Okay, you know, Kasperi, you're in. And what does he do? It took him 2 games, and the one goal that he scores happens to be probably right up there with one of the biggest goals of his career. He did get the game winner for he's Finnish, right? Yeah, in the World Juniors, I'm pretty sure he won it for Finland quite some years ago, maybe 10 years ago. But this is probably right up there. So he's a great shot caller. Everything that he seems to adjust, every line that he seems to temper with, or tinker with, I should say, it really, really, really works. And you're seeing that on every single game. So you got to I'm tipping my cap to Chris Knoblauch. He is just doing a really, really good job. When Connor and Leon aren't working, when one line isn't working, like I said, he mixes and matches. He does his thing, and the other team really just has no answer. And we've seen this with coaches before. Jay Woodcroft did it quite a bit. So did Dave Tippett. So did Ken Hitchcock. But no one has done it as good, not even close, as Chris Knoblauch. So I salute to you, Chris Knoblauch. You're doing mighty fine things. And Oilers fans, you should be happy. I know a lot of fans are pissed. And in the regular season, I was getting kind of annoyed with what he was doing because it wasn't working out quite as well as it has been recently. But it's working now, and it's worked several times. It's not a fluke. It's worked, and it's kept on working. So huge shout out to Chris Knoblauch there. But lastly, one thing that I just want to say is, or I guess 2 things. One, they're doing this without their best overall defenseman in Matthias Ekholm, which is kind of huge. And I mean, I've been saying it, but like, they're on it right now. We just had Bruce Boudreau on the show today, and he said the Oilers are the hottest team in the NHL right now.
Well, I mean, it says they're the hottest team in hockey right now.
There's obviously not that many teams remaining, but they are the hottest team in the league. The stretch they're having right now, they didn't do that in the regular season at all, and they're doing it in the playoffs against the best players or the best teams in the world, right? So that is awesome. And I'll finish with this before I get in the comment of the video. McDavid's pissed, man, and I love it. McDavid is mad. You can tell, like, he is at the beginning of the video. You know, you see him, he's so happy. The Western Conference Finals, they just beat the Flames. Yay, it's all dandelion rainbows, everything, or whatever the saying is. And then he could care less about last night's win. Like, you cannot tell me. Like, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Does he look happy? No. He is on a mission. And if there's anyone in the world you want to have this face right now, if you're a hockey fan, if you're an Oilers fan, it's Connor McDavid. Because, like I said, he's kind of, he's paying a lot more attention to detail on the defensive side of things. But it's only, going to be a matter of time where he brings it. And you saw that in Game 3 of this series in the 3rd period. For sure, he was looking his best. That was like vintage McDavid, and then obviously 0.4 seconds later, whatever. We don't have to mention that. But yeah, I mean, I love this. I really, really do. This is awesome. If you're an Oilers fan, you should be freaking pumped for this. So that pretty well concludes the video, guys. Drop a comment down below, like I said at the beginning of this video. And yeah, let's dive into the comment of the video. Like I said, guys, oh man, it puts, like, I'm seeing green, like so many green things. Yeah, that's got to be a record for me. Can we break that? I got 127 new subs on my last video. Can we break that? Let's see. I challenge you. That would be dope if we could. Okay, and let's just go here. I'm going to mute this. My most liked comment. Yes, and this is what I was talking about. This is what I'm talking about, baby. Look at that. 70 likes for this. The one before this, sorry, I just bumped my camera. One before this, it was like 9 likes. This is 70 likes for a comment. Oh, I love it, baby. Okay. So this is from the Angry, I should say sponsored segment. I'm going to have a clock in my next video, www.timetrackers.ca. Whether you want a big clock, a small clock, a medium-sized clock, they got you covered. You can check them out at www.timetrackers.ca. Clocks all over Canada, all over Edmonton. Really, really cool. They work around the clock for you, so definitely check them out. Again, www.timetrackers.ca. And this is, it's that time of the video. The comment, most liked comment in my previous video, the Angry Canadian 1109. Fun fact, we've already had more depth scoring without Connor McDavid or Draisaitl from this playoffs Oilers than last year's playoff Oilers. And kind of this is what, you know, sparked my interest for this video. I was like, you know what, I could probably do a video about this. So yeah, I mean, that's huge. It is absolutely huge. And I've said it before, Connor and Leon, like they're going to be on the bench and they see all this happening. They're going to be like, oh baby, I love it, right? So that's all I got, guys. Thanks for all the continued support. Really, really appreciate it. I can't tell you. It truly warms my heart. So take her easy. Can I get a win? Yeah. And I'll see you in the next one. Don't be afraid to leave a like. It's the best way to show your support. Drop a comment down below because I interact or reply to every single one. If you don't believe me, just give it a go. And subscribe. You guys are just crushing it. So I'll see you in the next one. Don't be average when you can be above average. Peace.